everyone! In this tutorial, we'll be creating these paper rainbow gift boxes for St. Patrick's Day. The first thing you'll need to do is go to the link in the description of this video where you can print these patterns and cut them out. To make things easy, I've separated them out into each color, so you'll just need to print each pattern with the color of paper that it calls for. The next step is to go through and find all of these dashed fold lines, and we're going to score them. I'm using a ruler and my EK Tools bone folder for this. So I'm just going to take the ruler and line it up with the fold line and then score it. And I'll go through and repeat this on all of the pieces that have fold lines and then gently fold on those scored lines. On this piece with the curved scored lines, I just freehand did them. You can use a ruler and just line it up with the bottom corners of each like trapezoid shape, or you can just freehand it like I did here. So once you've done that with all of the pieces, we're ready to get started. So I'm going to start with these pieces right here, which will be for the lid. So I'm going to start with this piece here that has the long straight tab on it. This will go at the bottom of the arc. And because this is the lid, we'll be gluing all of the tabs to the inside. So I'm just going to decide how I want to position that. Then put some hot glue along that bottom edge. Then I'm going to line this up and press it in place. So it looks like this. Now I'm just going to kind of flatten that out temporarily. Now we're going to be adding this other side piece, which will curve around the arc like this. So I'm going to start it on this end just by putting a short section of hot glue along the edge. And then I'll line up the end of this with the corner of the arc, and then press this in place, curving it around so it matches the curve of the arc. Then I'll lift these tabs up and out of the way. Add another short section of glue, and then curve this around and press it in place. Lift those tabs up again, put a section of hot glue down, and then curve that around, trying to get as close as possible to that edge without going over it. Then I'll repeat this again. And this should get all the way to the end. So now that that is glued in place, it looks like this. And now we just need to glue these tabs. So this piece needs to bend up again, put glue on a tab, and line that up with the edge of the side. And then repeat that on this side. So here is the finished lid. Now we're going to put together the box. So I'll be using these pieces. I'm going to start with this piece with the long straight tab once again. It will go at the bottom of the arc just like on the lid. So decide how you want to position that. I'm going to put some glue along that bottom edge and line it up. Now we need to add that other side piece, which will curve around the arc. This is just a little bit different from the lid because the tabs are on the arced piece instead of the side. So just find a comfortable way to hold this. Then we'll be taking the side piece and curving it around. So we'll line up the corners like this, and then it will just curve around. So just figure out what way feels easiest to attach this piece. I'm going to put some glue on about 4 of the tabs. Then I'll line up the corners and just start pressing this in place, curving it around. Now I'll add glue to the next couple tabs, and then I'll curve that around, matching up the edge to that fold. Add glue to the next set of tabs. And press that in place. Then finally to the last tabs. So it looks like this, and now that that's attached, we just need to glue these last tabs to connect everything. So I'll add glue on this tab and line that up and press it in place. And repeat that on the other side. So here is the finished box piece. And you should be able to easily put the lid on the box, so it looks like this. And now the last step is to add the rainbow pieces on the lid. So I'm just going to put all of these on the lid in the order that I want them in, so I can decide how I want to place them. So I'm going to take the rest of those off and start with the purple piece. For this, I'll be using this Tombow multi-glue because I like to use glue that will allow me to kind of move the piece around a little bit before it completely sets, and the hot glue won't allow me to do that. So I'll put some glue down where this piece will go and then just press that in place. Now I'll add the glue in another section for the next piece. This will be the blue piece. And I'll press that in place. You can trim off any extra at the bottom if you have any now, or wait till the end. And I'll add the next glue section. These pieces will fit together best if you can line up the bottom edge of each of these arcs with the edge of the lid. If you hand cut the pieces like I did in this video, it will be a bit trickier to fit everything together, and it probably won't be perfect, which is just fine. If you use the SVG file, everything should fit together really well. Continue this process until all of the colors of the rainbow are attached. If you hand cut the pattern, you'll probably have some extra hanging off the edge right here, and you can go ahead and trim that off now. If you use the SVG file, you probably will not have to do this. So I'm just going to trim that off until it's even with the edge of the lid. You can also try turning it like this and trimming the extra off if that's easier for you. So here is the finished lid. You can go ahead and put that on the box. And that's it. I think it would be fun to fill these with chocolate coins and give them out on St. Patrick's Day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've done quite a few paper gift boxes on my channel, and if you'd like to see more of those, please click the playlist on screen. Thanks so much for watching.